Hello friends, and welcome. I am really excited to be with you today for 3 reasons. First, because we're focusing on 4 great eyeshadow looks for those of us over 50 with an eyeshadow formula that works especially well for those of us with mature skin who have experienced just a few changes in our eye area. Can any of you relate to those eye area changes? I know I certainly can. Second, as many of you know, eyeshadow is my adult equivalent of how I used to feel as a child when I saw a bag of M&Ms or a Snickers bar. It definitely is at the top of my weakness list. And third, and most importantly, I was really delighted and also very moved by the reaction many of you had to a video I did a few weeks ago called 4 Great Eyeshadow Looks for Older Women Using One Great All Matte Palette. And by the way, if you didn't see this video and it sounds interesting, I've included a link to it in the description box below. Several of you suggested that I do more videos like this, and some of you commented that it helped you be bolder in wearing eyeshadow colors or that you'd given up wearing eyeshadow colors, but were now considering going back to trying them again. And the comment that really made me catch my breath was this one. I see now that 65 doesn't have to be the end of fun with makeup. No, it absolutely doesn't. I hope you don't mind my taking just a moment to speak from the heart. As a professional working makeup artist who specializes in helping women over 50 with makeup techniques that work for us now, I've been so fortunate to work with hundreds of women over the past 7 years through my work with a major cosmetics firm, through makeup classes that I've taught, presentations that I've made to various women's groups, as well as individual makeup consultations. And I've often heard women our age say they feel stuck or maybe drab, frumpy, and like they've faded into the background or feel invisible. In fact, one woman recently said it this way, "A safer option for many of us is to stay small and blend into the woodwork." But I strongly believe that makeup can help us express our inner spirit, and there's no question that we can go from looking and feeling drab to dazzling. And it's darn empowering to pass a mirror and think, wow, I look pretty darn good. So if you're new to this channel and you'd like to join us on this journey to feeling wow, I hope you'll join our wonderful family of subscribers. All you need to do is hit that subscribe button, and if you'd also like to be notified each Thursday when a new video is available, please also hit that bell icon below the video and to the right. And my sincere thanks if you decide to do so. Well, all right, let's jump into today's topic. 4 eyeshadow looks using one of the best formulas for older women, Natasha Denona's eyeshadows. So first, let me give a special shout out to Stacy, who specifically asked for some looks from this mini eyeshadow palette from Natasha Denona called the Mini Lila palette. It is absolutely gorgeous. Unfortunately, this palette no longer seems to be available through Sephora or Natasha Denona's site, but it does look like it's available through Amazon. So I'll do 2 looks with this palette and then 2 more looks with this other Natasha Denona palette called the Tropic palette. And by the way, the eyeshadow look that I'm wearing right now is also from this palette. I combined 2 colors in my crease and then 2 colors on the outer area of my lid and crease. On the crease, I used this color called Take Tan, and then I also used this color called Sahara. And then to deepen up the crease in the outer area of my lid, I used Sangria, and I also used this dark brown called Cocoa. As I film this video, this Tropic palette is on sale at Sephora. It was originally $129, but it's on sale for $64.50, which probably means it won't be available much longer. That's obviously still quite pricey, but there's also a mini Tropic palette available for $25, which has some of the most beautiful shades from the Tropic palette in it. Some of her larger first palettes are far more expensive at $129, and some even over $200. But recently she's come out with smaller 15 pan palettes, which each cost $65. And even better, 6 other mini palettes in addition to the Tropic I just showed you. And each of these mini palettes is $25, with 5 different eyeshadows. Here they are. This is a Star palette. This is the Nude palette. Here's the Glam palette. Here's the Gold palette. The Sunset palette. Now, because Natasha Denona's shadows tend to be more on the creamy rather than the powdery side, I also, in addition to putting eye primer on my eyes, I also put a tiny bit of translucent powder. That will help them glide on even better, and it may reduce the pigment level. That's typically what it does, but I would really like to see these shadows glide on even more effectively, and I'll just build up the pigment as I go along. I'm going to start off with this color in the crease transition area called Flint, and then I'm going to go with this color, Poison Berry. I absolutely love this color Flint. To me, it is probably the perfect transition color. And I'm just going to build it up in my crease area, primarily in the middle of my crease and toward the outer part of my crease, carry it over along the side. And then now that I have less product on my brush, I'm going to diffuse it and just bring it up toward the eyebrow, just so I have a light definition of that color going up toward my eyebrow. Then I'm going to put my Laura Geller French Vanilla across my entire lid area. So I have the lightest color on my lid. I'm also going to put it under the arch of my brow and on the inner corner of my eye. And I'm going to use this smaller pencil brush just to put a little bit of the French Vanilla under the arch of my brow. I'm also going to use it to put in just that area on the inner corner. Then I'm going to take my flat brush and I'm going to use Poison Berry. Whoa, this is so pigmented. I came in with a little too much on my brush. That's okay, we'll blend it out. Oh, that's such a pretty color. So I'm putting it slightly above my crease area, then I'm carrying it straight out so I lift the eye area. Then I'm going to take my blending brush and blend in that color. And as you can see, it really is pretty as it blends out to be a softer color. Also blend it out on the outer edge of my lid. And then I'm going to use what's left on the blending brush and just get to the outer edges. Now I could leave it just this way, but I want to have a little bit of fun with that Blue Dahlia color. This is the Blue Dahlia color, and I'm going to use this. I don't think I've ever shown this before in any of my videos. This is called a switching pan, and you can simply rub your brush around in this and get rid of some of the color. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put the Blue Dahlia just in this outer crease area. Then once again, I'm going to take my brush and blend thoroughly. I'm going to go back in with my French Vanilla and just touch up this area a little bit. With what's left over, I'm going to go slightly over the edges. And this is how it's looking. So just for the fun of it, I'm going to take a little bit of this linen color, the lightest color in the palette, and I'm going to put a little bit of that in the center of the eyelid. This has a nice metallic look to it. And because it's a metallic, it's going to show up better if I use my finger. So I'm going to just dip my finger into this. Really more gold than anything else. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. If I wanted that metallic color to look even stronger, I could put it on my flat brush and then spray the brush with my setting mist, and that would give it even a stronger glow. But I'm kind of liking the softer look. So here is the final look on this side. So on the other eye, I'm going to start off with Flint as I did on the first eye, and then I'm going to use Raisin. Now as you can see, I'm holding my brush toward the end, which gives me an even lighter touch. If I wanted to put more pressure, I would go toward the brush end of the brush. But I want to maintain that really light pressure and just put a little bit of product in that crease area. Okay, I think you can see that that added just a little bit of that flint color. Now I'm going in with that raisin, and that's even a deeper color than that poison berry that I used on the other eye initially. Again, I'm bringing it out straight to try and lift the eye a little bit and go into a backwards 7 at the outer corner. Oh, that's a pretty color too. I keep saying that. I love all the colors in this eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to do some blending. Now you could certainly leave it at this for a daytime look, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper just to see how it would look for an evening look. I'm also going to put some on my outer eyelid area and connect it with the color coming down from the crease. Oh, these blend so beautifully. So that's how this color is looking, and again, I could leave it this way, but I'm going to add something else. I'm going to take some of the Blue Dahlia on my brush and I'm going to spray it with setting spray, and we'll see what kind of deeper color we'll get. I have Urban Decay's All Nighter Setting Spray, and I'm just going to spritz the brush. And I'm going to apply this on the outer corner. Oh my goodness, that definitely makes a difference. And then I'm going to use my finger and just pat some more over that. Then I'm taking a little bit of linen, that gold color, and I'm putting it on the inner corner, and I'm just carrying it over so it blends in with the blue. And once again, I'm going to take my blending brush, blend across the eyelid, and do one more swipe of the blue in the outer corner just to build it up a tiny bit more, and a little bit more of the linen right in the middle. Then we'll do a little more blending, and this is our final look on this side. So we did end up using all of the shades in the mini Tropic palette. I'm going to go ahead and put on some eyeliner and mascara, and I'll be right back with you. And here are the two final looks with eyeliner and mascara added. This is the side with the raisin primarily on the outer edge, with also the Blue Dahlia and some of the linen and flint as well. And here's the other eye where I used primarily poison berry with a little bit of Blue Dahlia, and initially started with flint in the crease. Also added a little bit of that linen just to give the middle of my eyelid a little bit more sparkle. Now we'll go ahead and try a couple of looks from Natasha Denona's Tropic palette. Again, here's what the Tropic palette looks like. I'm going to try something very different, and the two looks I'm going to try are from the end rows of this palette. I'm going to go with the 3 colors on this side and the 3 colors on this side. I'm going to start with Nudist in the crease area, and then I'll deepen it up with this particular color on the outer corner. And this top color is called Peach Puff. I've never tried these colors together, so this will be interesting. And once again, after I put eye primer on, I then also put on a little bit of translucent powder, again to make these shadows just glide across the eyelid and the crease area and above. So as you can see, that adds just a little bit of dimension, and I'm going to diffuse it out a little bit more with this softer brush, which has a little bit more flexibility to it. Then I'm going into Peach Puff, this slightly deeper color, and I'm going to bring that up a little bit higher in the crease and also bring it straight out so I can create that backwards 7. So I'm taking a little bit of Peach Puff and putting it on the outer area of my eyelid so this all connects, the crease color to the eyelid color. I really kind of like that look just as it is, but we're going to try out another color in this palette. Now I'm going to put this Mint Frost color, which is so gorgeous, in the bottom area of the crease and in the outer area of the eye. Now I'm going to put it on with a brush so it won't look quite so glittery. You can see why this is called the Tropic palette. So this isn't showing up very much with the brush. Oh yeah, that's showing up a lot better using my finger. I'm bringing that toward the middle of my eyelid. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Sangria, which is that reddish deeper color on the top row. And I just want to add that to give a little bit more definition to this outer area. Now that really makes a difference. And then I'm going to blend. Now I really kind of like just this by itself, but once again, I'm going to deepen it up with some deeper green in that outer area of the lid and in the bottom part of the crease area. Let me show you first what just this alone looks like. And now I'm going to add the deeper green color on the bottom row called Exotic. And once again, that's not showing up much with the brush. So I go in with my finger and deepen that up just a little bit. And I want to carry this up into the crease just a little bit, just to give a hint of green up there. And I want to take a brush and just lightly blend. Then I'm going to take my French Vanilla and just put it in the inner corner and underneath the arch of my eyebrow. And then I'm just going to blend the crease area one more time. Make sure this all works together seamlessly. I think I'm going to stop there and then we'll go on to the other eye, but let me give you a final look at what this eye looked like. So as I said earlier, for the other eye, I'm going to use this other outer row here. I'm going to start off with this color here in the crease, and then I'm going to put the lilac color on the outer edge of the crease and also the outer lid. And then toward the center of the eyelid, I'll put that beautiful metallic lemony color. That top color is called Sahara. Beneath it is Limoncello, and then Zena is a lilac color. So I mentioned holiday traditions earlier, and I think one of our favorites is on Christmas Eve. There are two movies that we like to always watch together. And this is my youngest daughter, by the way, who's 27, and my husband and I. We first watch A Christmas Story, which some of you are probably familiar with based on the Jean Shepherd stories. That's the one with Ralphie, who wants the air gun for Christmas, and his mother tells him he'll shoot his eye out with it. But the greatest scene, I think, is the one where his little brother is wrapped in his snowsuit and falls over, and he looks like a little Michelin man, and he can't even get up and move. And then we follow that movie with Elf, which, if you've never watched it, it is so funny. We never tire of it, and we laugh out loud at the same scenes every year. And that's with Will Ferrell. And interestingly enough, the young boy who plays Ralphie in A Christmas Story is also in Elf. He's one of the toy-making elves. His name is Peter Billingsley, and if that name sounds familiar, you may remember Barbara Billingsley, who used to be the mother in Leave It to Beaver. And it turns out that Peter Billingsley's mother's cousin was married to Barbara. So there is a relationship there. So that's your bit of trivia for the day. So that's what just the Sahara color looks like. And now I'm going to add Zena. Use a flat brush and just apply it along the outer area of my lid into my crease area. Sort of a dusty lilac color. I'm going to build it up just a little bit. I really like that mixed with the Sahara. You wouldn't necessarily think that would look great, but I like it. Then I'm going to take that limoncello on my finger and put it right in the middle to lighten up that eyelid area. And I kind of lost Xena by doing that, so I'm going to just build that up again a little bit here. And then do some blending. I can't stop looking at that deep blue called Tiger Lily on the bottom row. Can't resist that. I'm going to add a little bit of that in the outer corner and crease. So this is what it looks like now before I add the Tiger Lily. And adding Tiger Lily. I have to get in that crease area with my brush. I can't resist putting blues on my eyes. I don't know, I'm just so drawn to them. So the other movies we love to watch in the week before Christmas are Holiday Inn and White Christmas and Miracle on 39th Street with Natalie Wood as a child actress. She's great in that movie as a little girl. But I have to confess, one of my other favorite pieces of trivia is that in White Christmas, there's a scene with Rosemary Clooney where 4 male dancers are around her. And one of those dancers got so much fan mail that they signed him to a contract. And that dancer happened to be someone whose name you might recognize, George Chakiris, who was Bernardo in West Side Story. So that's kind of fun to think that that's where he really got his launch, although he'd been in a number of movies as a dancer prior to that. I just went back and watched West Side Story about a year ago with my family, and I was so taken by how good it is. I don't know what I'm going to think of the new Steven Spielberg version when it comes out later this year, but I just so loved Rita Moreno especially and George Chakiris in that movie. And the dance number, my family is big into dance. My daughter was a dancer. I was a dancer for a while. The incredible dance number of America, I just can watch that over and over. It's staged and choreographed so incredibly. It's just one of my favorite dance sequences in any movie. And I'm going to build it up just a little bit more on that outer corner. Blend that out. And then we lost some of the limoncello. So I'm going to put that back in. Then I'm going to take my French vanilla and put it on the inner corner. And gradually just pull that into the limoncello so they blend together. All right, I think we're done. I added quite a few different colors to these two looks, and I'm going to go ahead and add some mascara and eyeliner, and I'll be back. Well, I'm back now to give you a final look now that I have mascara and eyeliner on both eyes. And by the way, for eyeliner, I did use L'Oreal's Age Perfect eyeliner in brown. So here's the look on both of these eyes. They ended up looking pretty similar because I brought in that blue color at the end, but here's what the final looks are like. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this opportunity to try out some looks with some of the fun colors from Natasha Denona's Mini Lila palette and her Tropic palette. And if you did, I'd so appreciate it if you'd give this video a thumbs up. And I hope you'll also let me know in the comments section below which was your favorite look and any favorite holiday traditions that you've enjoyed over the years with your family. Thank you so much for giving me the gift of your time today. I'm extremely grateful that during this especially busy season, you took some time to join me. And I hope you stay happy and healthy. And I also hope that this holiday season brings you many special blessings. Take care.